Jacksonville State killing Western Kentucky 52-12 on Friday night. It was a slaughter from Jacksonville State. I will talk about that in just a second, but let's go over the highest grade players, starting off with the Gamecocks with Cam Fawn, 85 grade, Trey Stewart, the running back, 78.5, Antonio Carter, the second, 75.1, Cam Jones, 74.4, Derek Carter, 74.2, and then Tyler Huff, 87.2 grade for the guy who's been playing maybe on a bum ankle as well in that game.
Maybe not. Rich Rodriguez, you devil, you. I mean, telling us this guy is a game-time decision, then he goes out there and has like his best game of the season. Yeah, okay. There's no way he didn't talk to Kyle Whittingham sometime during the week, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's no way.
How do you play poker with
the ultimate,
the two best poker players in college football.
All week. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he'll be a game-time decision. If he knew he was going to play like this wasn't a decision.
No, there was no decision. He was playing. Yeah,
he was. Tyler Huff was just fine.
Let's go over the highest graded Hilltoppers in this game. Stacey Wilkins, offensive tackle, 72.2. Upton Stout, the corner, 72. Sebastian Benjamin, 71.3. The edge defender, Hosea Wheeler with a 70.9 graded D tackle. Easton Messer, 67.8, and Caden Velkamp with a 62.1 graded quarterback. Dawn, that's the whole story in this game.
How about 14 explosive runs, which when I looked it up, I think was the 7th most by any team this season. I mean, just ridiculous on the ground what they did. 386 rushing yards and a clinic when I was watching the tape on this game. An absolute clinic in modern option football, all right? 24 plays with a read option on, all right? 221 rushing yards on those plays with 8 explosives. Just everything from the option game to, Stewart and Huff both, and the influence with counters and pulling guards and just everything you could think of in the run game that could possibly go right and as well executed as it was. That's what Jacksonville State did. Most impressive, real quick, Tyler Huff. I mean, apparently went from game-time decision to maybe arguably the best quarterback of the week. Had his second highest graded game of the season at 87.2, 11 of 15, 2 passing touchdowns, 2 big-time throws, 167 yards on the ground, and they just apparently were just playing possum, losing to Western Kentucky by a couple points last week, and Tyler Huff gets hurt and he doesn't play most of the second half. They just, I'll tell you, we were here to find out who the best team in Conference USA was, and they left absolutely no doubt, especially on the ground. And the only other thing I have is is it Rich Rod's last game in Jacksonville?
God, I hope so. As a Penn State fan, God, I hope so. I really do hope so, because I am nervous about Andy Kolnicki, because apparently Rich Rod's a finalist for West Virginia job, and Andy Kolnicki's a finalist for West Virginia job. I hope so.
If we get Rich Rod back, we get Scott Frost back at UCF.
And Rich Rod back at West Virginia.
We could get Rich Rod back at West Virginia. How fun is that?
I'll talk about him in just a second. He actually is my most impressive part, but the stat to the story is just what you said. Really, the stat to the story, Tyler Huff played in this game. That's the stat.
Pretty much.
That's the stat to the story. He played in this game. The reason why we picked Western Kentucky, both of us, Dalton, is because we thought there's a chance Tyler Huff would not play. And if he didn't play,
we got to put him on the Kyle Whittingham list.
We do.
I'm not listening to a word Rich Rodriguez says anymore during the week.
Jacksonville State averaged 3.4 yards before contact, 3.5 yards after contact in this game. They dominated on the ground. They imposed their will in the run game. .363 EPA per run, 386 yards on the ground. 201 came from Trey Stewart, the running back, with 108 after contact. All about the Gamecocks run game. With a healthy Tyler Huff, they were dominant in this one against Western Kentucky. And then Rich Rod, my most impressive part. Conference USA champs in only their second season as an FBS program. Back-to-back 9-4 years for Jacksonville State in their first 2 years at the FBS level. Again, the reason why I'm maybe saying most impressive here is I want to shout him out just to continue to say, hey, West Virginia, please hire him. Don't poach my offensive coordinator.
Max is very nervous, especially after the game Andy called last night.
Exactly, yeah. West Virginia is probably feeling really good about their finalists after what happened this weekend. But he coached at West Virginia, obviously, from 2001 to 2007. Has not been at the Power 4 level since he was at Arizona back in 2017. So he's done an amazing job with the Gamecocks, and they've made the transition to the FBS look seamless, and they look like a perennial contender in the Conference USA right now, the way they're playing. Their first 2 years in the FBS, they have a conference title already, and back-to-back 9-4 years.
Yeah,
hell of a year.
For sure. And the only question mark is it's going to be entirely possible, obviously, that they have to find a new head coach. So
that's true.
We'll see where that goes. And I'll tell you, interesting year in Conference USA, because we thought Liberty was probably still the odds-on favorite. Now it's kind of a wide-open conference. Now Caden Salter's in the portal.
Right.
And, I mean, it was a wide-open conference all season, especially. You knew it would get weird when Kennesaw State beat Liberty, because everything in Conference USA has been weird the last couple of years. But No, a great year for Rodriguez at Jacksonville State, and a great year for their team. And just you mentioned it, to get a conference title in your second year of the FBS.
It is crazy. That's insane. Hey, thanks for watching another episode of the PFF College Football Show. Please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel.
Also, subscribe to PFF Plus at subscribe.pff.com for all of the same data and grades that we use in our show, plus fantasy tools, betting tools, and our mock draft simulator.